welcome back to another episode of Columbia City. This is going to be episode 27. Today we're going to be working on a bunch of various road infrastructure throughout the city, actually completely to the north of downtown if you're thinking Seattle. So first we're actually building this road tunnel here for this north-south highway. And it is, actually in this segment it's east-west, don't want to confuse you too much, but this segment is based off of a highway tunnel in Seattle where there are a bunch of suburbs that sort of go down a slope, and then there's a highway tunnel below them, and it looks really cool. So I want to build something like that, and this is geographically not in the same spot as that spot in Seattle. But obviously we don't really want to create Seattle exactly, so that's probably a good thing. But yeah, I'm basically just messing with terrain height a little bit here. I'm using the concrete highways by Clus, so the tunnels do render. So if we do any sort of like transit ride or car ride videos in the city, we're going to be able to go through these, and that'll be pretty cool. We're going to be building some interchanges though in this episode. The core of the episode will be 3 different interchanges. Like, this is just the beginning basically. So I guess there are 4 main segments to the episode, which is this tunnel, and then the hill surrounding it, which I'm sort of terraforming a little bit here. And I mean, we're gonna just sort of start expanding the highway towards, well, not really expanding it. We're just redoing it because the highway was obviously placed here before. But I'm just trying to revamp it a little bit. And we don't really detail anything that we build here in this episode. It's just kept as is. But I'm just basically trying to get a bunch of networks down on the map, so it's a lot easier for us to sort of expand as we move forward. And the next couple of episodes, I mean, the next episode's also going to be network expansion. I'll sort of maybe hint at what that's going to be a little bit later in the video, but the 2 videos after that we're going to be building in some of the areas that we expand into, which should be pretty cool. But yeah, so the other side of this highway tunnel, we have the highways come out on the other side, but they're much closer together. Yeah, so this area we're working on right now is going to be an interchange, which isn't, okay, this is the only interchange that I make this episode that's remotely based off of anything. It's not even based off of the interchange itself. I just saw this interchange in Seattle that's just totally a mess, and it looks really cool, and I just wanted to do something like that where the roads just go all over the place in the middle of the highway. And I mean, I have the light rail going through the interchange as well. In Seattle, they do have this interesting sort of express lane system where the lanes seem to change direction, whether it is the morning commute or the evening commute, which sounds pretty complicated and definitely not possible to make in City Skylines, but pretty cool. We'll end up just adding some more standard HOV lanes to a bunch of our highways throughout the city later on. We should be able to use TMPE in order to get lane merging to work right for those. I'm actually pretty confident that I can make cars not... Actually, no, I mean, it would probably be more realistic to have them make illegal merges. So even if it doesn't work, that'd be fine. If you live in Southern California, you know what I am talking about. But yeah, that'll definitely be at another time. I'm not going to be doing any actual like highway detailing once again in this episode or really anytime soon. I'm just trying to actually get our networks expanded. Okay, a couple things to talk about quickly. Firstly, so this video was supposed to go out. I mean, it should have gone out about a week ago or more. I'm sorry it took so long. I haven't been feeling too well, and then I also started trying to work on a mini project to begin my rebrand with, and the mini project sort of flopped. So we're going to begin our rebrand with Columbia City, but at least now I have refined a couple of the little things I was finally trying to sort out with my rebrand that I wasn't sure about, like the way I was going to record time lapses. By the way, if you want to get some information on my rebrand, I don't know if the page is fully updated, but most of my ideas are on a public page on Patreon. You can check that out in the description. But you should be able to comment on it because it's public, even if you're not a patron. But if you can't, just let me know your feedback in the comments. of this video or on Twitter, anything like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, another thing, quick thing to mention. So I had to remove like most people from my Steam friends list just because I hit my friends limit, and I didn't really want to keep some people and then not others, unless like I'm still keeping people who I like contact about mods and stuff. But like if you're subscribed and you want to contact me, Twitter is usually the best way to do that. I don't check my Instagram all that often, so Twitter's usually just the best way to do that. So yeah, if you were previously added on Steam, that's why you're not anymore, but like it's just everybody basically, unless like I talk to you about specific modding stuff, was removed. So just, yeah, contact me on Twitter. It's a much better place to contact me, and shouldn't have any problems there anymore. And let's see. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, I tried to use, so I don't know if you know, but I mean, I upgraded my graphics card recently, but NVIDIA actually came out with this thing called RTX Voice. I'm pretty sure it was pretty recently, and my friend let me know about it. It basically uses RTX cores to somehow remove background noise that's like non-human background noise. It's pretty crazy. It works extremely well. But I was getting like some weird compression and it was cutting out a little bit. I realized like even if it does have a little benefit and I can use it on like a lower level, I don't really want to use it yet because I don't want to have my audio messed up. So I'm just gonna wait until it's in like a less of a beta stage. But yeah, that is another reason why this video is coming out so late, because I tried to record it before and I recorded it with RTX Voice and then it messed up, which sort of sucked. But I'm really like interested to see where that technology goes like in the future. And I mean, if you have a lot of background noise from like your power supply or something and you just play like FPS games, you actually might like, and you have an RTX card, you might get some use out of that. So take a look at that. It's just I'm not ready to use it for recording purposes yet. So the segment we're working on here, I'm basically beginning to work on the next two interchanges, one of which will look pretty archaic and like just totally a mess, but well, that's just because it's not detailed. This first one actually ends up looking pretty good even without detail. We're working on this pretty compact interchange between that highway tunnel, because I'll show you in game. Like, it's pretty hard to show you when I'm not in game for this particular build, but like we're basically just connecting the two highways just because I wanted some sort of connector, so people didn't have to go like all the way around downtown. And it's a tunnel, because there's some tunnels in Seattle, and I thought it'd look pretty realistic. So this interchange here, this one definitely isn't based off of anything, but I'm pretty sure it's decently standard. Like I mean, I've been on interchanges like this. I'm sure you've been on interchanges like this, and nothing too special here. I actually think I probably could have used some of the Creative Decks highway ramp pack things, but I didn't. I'm not sure if I could use them here though, because actually no, it's not a slope, so I don't know how that would work. I don't think you're able to use them there, but yeah, I'll just do my own detailing a while from now. But yeah, Columbia City is definitely expanding. I'm just trying to like get a better balance constantly with detail and scale, because you know that's like with this city, it's very important. I really do want to make a big city, but I also want it to be my best city, and I don't want to rush it. And I'm pretty sure I'm striking a decent balance right now in terms of like FPS, but not necessarily in terms of speed of building. Like, it's taking a long time to build this city, but we actually do make a lot of progress in the next couple episodes, and I'm pretty excited for that, and I think you're gonna love the next couple videos. But yeah, so we are going to, okay, yeah, I have a left exit. I actually built a couple left exits in this episode, which actually look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. They're not extremely, like, the slopes, okay, some of the slopes in this episode, just excuse the slopes. Some of them are really steep, like gradients you probably wouldn't see in real life, but it looks fine in City Skylines, and otherwise the pillars would look weird. Just let it be. It's fine. And I mean, actually, no. I mean, those gradients might exist in real life. I know I've been in like in certain places in like San Diego, they'll have like freeway on and off ramps that'll be like really, really steep. So I know it's possible. So maybe it's something like that. But yeah. Oh yeah. This is just a quick portion of the episode, but I figured out how to add the LRT lines on the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So we're not gonna have heavy rail go over here. It's just gonna be light rail, and I'm really happy I figured this out. I basically just placed them on top of the rail. I thought the catenaries from the rail that was already there would look weird, but they actually looked okay. Like I don't really notice them, and you probably won't notice them too much either. So those will, I mean, I cut most of it out, but you'll see at the end of the episode in the cinematics, it looks really good, and we're gonna be able to connect the the light rail line over to the other side. I'm also considering, because the other side over here is gonna be a Portland inspired area, maybe adding a streetcar that's specific to the area, although I don't know how much I'm going to build over there, because I don't have too much space, and I'm gonna be doing that a long time from now. But a streetcar could be interesting. Yeah, let's see what else. Here's the last interchange. God, this episode's all over the place. Sorry about that, but it's definitely needed. Like all of this infrastructure. This last interchange is, I think this is gonna look the best out of all three of them when it's detailed, but right now it looks by far the worst. So I just basically had to transition from these narrower asphalt highways from the Sydney Harbour Bridge to the concrete highways, and I needed some sort of interchange to do that. This is going to be in the middle of the Stanley Park area. I mean, I don't know what we're going to call the park, but it's inspired by Stanley Park in Vancouver. But I also have to have the light rail line cross over the highway, because it's sort of at one portion going alongside the highway, and another portion it's just on the other side completely, and it needs to connect to what will be the train station. Hint at maybe the next episode, possibly, and that will go over there. And yeah, I just the way I ended up making it work is I added some stack pillars. Like you'll see, I'm just messing with the normal pillars and just trying to make it work with them. It just doesn't work. I needed to add stack pillars here, and they looked really good when I added them. A lot of them are just exposed, and it looks slightly weird, but it's definitely realistic from my understanding of how stack pillars work, and hopefully I did okay here. But yeah, when this is detailed, I have a feeling it's gonna look great. Right now, it's just totally a mess. This is probably the worst example of the ridiculously sloped on and off ramps. Like, it's pretty crazy. Probably 15% at some portions. But I could go in with TMPE and ban trucks from going on these, which would maybe make a little bit of sense, so they don't just roll onto the freeway really, really quickly. But yeah, I mean, I think we're basically finished with the build portion of this episode. I'm gonna hop in game now and give you a look at the convoluted mess that is this episode, because it's sort of all over the place, but I think you'll realize how much it ties the city together and how important it was. Let's just hop in game. All right, we're in game. This is the area we worked on north of downtown here. Let's just take a look at the four main things that we did this episode. So we started off over here with this, by making this hillside with a sort of a highway bridge. And if you look at it, if we go, just sort of ignore the glitchiness here, but the tunnels are actually rendered. So if we do car drive videos, that will work properly. And so that's cool. I can do, and I'm also going to start adding like car drives to cinematics at the end of the video, just sort of mixed in with other stuff, because that's been requested. This is the light rail line that sort of goes through this interchange. One thing I have to sort out is right here. This is like a perfect lineup with the Amazon headquarters building. The problem is this is a little bit glitchy in terms of like how it transitions, so I want to get that to look better before I sort of am finished here so that we can have a really nice lineup. I also, let's see, I mean, we have to get actual trains running on this line. We're going to build some sort of station in the middle of the freeway here. We're probably going to do something where there's a station, probably procedural objects, retaining walls, stuff like that, where there's a station entrance below the freeway here, and then just sort of on the other side, there's a station that you're able to go onto. That will be cool. But we've got this tunnel that goes through here. I didn't want to build a highway through here. That would have been really ugly. Wouldn't have worked quite that well. It would have really separated the city from some of the areas we're going to build over here, which definitely doesn't sound anything like this ridiculous viaduct that we have here, which separates the downtown from the waterfront. Sounds nothing like that. But yeah, I just wanted to place a tunnel there because, I mean, tunnels are cool, and yeah, I didn't want to have the infrastructure of the city be too horrendous. Here's that compact little interchange with the left-hand exit over here, and then we have this final interchange here that we built with the stack pillars and the really, really steep on and off ramps, which needs a lot of work to look right. But I have a good feeling about this interchange that it will look really cool once we have some retaining walls here, and once it looks a little bit more realistic. But we do also have the light rails going over the bridge, which is something I've wanted for a while. But we've got it. The light rails go over the bridge. There is a little problem here where they slow down at this segment. But, ooh, yeah, actually, no, I have to fix that. But I think when they, yeah, wait, it goes around this, just ignore all this. It goes up this way, and then I think it slows down. No, actually, wait, no, it's good. But yeah, no, I have to fix that. I think I actually might have fixed that in the later save that we're not in. So just ignore that for now. But yeah, we basically have the light rail going across there, and then that will be the Portland, Oregon inspired area on the other side of the bridge. So I'm looking forward to building that a long time from now, because we don't really have the, like, we gotta focus on some other stuff first. Oh yeah, I also reinstalled the Sun Shafts mod, which you'll see in the cinematics a couple episodes from now. It's a little overblown right now because it's way too late in the day, and I forgot to turn the day-night off. But if you use Sun Shafts right, it can look pretty good. Like if you look like right here, that is definitely a good addition. And I hadn't used this mod in like a year or something, so that's another thing. We got Sun Shafts in the city. But yeah, sorry for an episode that was all over the place. It was totally a necessary episode, though. Like, if you look at the amount of infrastructure we have laid down here for the main roads that we're going to have going throughout this area, it's pretty huge. Not only that, we get the rail infrastructure for this area put down in the next episode. I guess my hinting at that is a little bit less of a hint now. We're going to do the rail infrastructure and the central train station, which I'm really looking forward to. I mean, I've already built it, but I can't wait to show you what we've built. But, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. We've got so much more infrastructure down in the city now. It's going to look a lot more realistic soon, like an actual city that's got different neighborhoods. We're gonna build. Actually, no, I'm not gonna. There's gonna be some cool stuff soon, but we're gonna be expanding, and this infrastructure is really laying the groundwork for that. I also do want to work on the Stanley Park area, have a zoo here, which you guys have sent me some zoos that I could base it off of. There's one in Tacoma, there's one in Portland that I will be taking inspiration from. But yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. Helps out a ton. Subscribe if you're new around here, and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified whenever I upload a video, so you never miss an upload. And if you want to get access to the save game, fly around in Columbia City, and yeah, just explore, build your own stuff in here. Save games are over on Patreon, so you could also get access to videos early, get your name in the credits at the end of the video. Lots of stuff over on Patreon. Supports Very much appreciated. Thank you all so much for that. Thank you all just generally for watching the videos and giving me such awesome feedback. I've been trying to respond I've been trying to respond to as many comments as possible, but I've been uploading a lot, so it's gotten a little bit harder. But yeah, just know that I do read your comments. So yeah, I mean, leave a comment on the video if you got any suggestions or anything you might want me to build in the city. You could follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Those are the best ways to contact me as well. But that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you enjoyed the cinematics, and I will see you in the next... Oh yeah, we got sun shafts now. I'll see you in the next episode.